Oh, aroha mai whānau. The phone did its thing again. But yeah, this will be their last little bit, hopefully. Maybe. So, yeah, as I said, it's like downloading, no? If you have a belief and you keep layering it on top of each other, that belief's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like you're showing it to yourself every day, just like the qigong, just like you building a relationship with the subtle energies around you. They're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So just for kicks, we'll do. That's the death one. Hey, if you believe every single day that you're gonna die, you're layering it, layer, which you've been doing your whole life. You know, we've been showing it. we get told it at school. We get told it at home. We see it when our family dies. But everyone that's ever died believed that they were gonna die. You know. If you don't believe that, fucking request me to break it down some more, or look at the intro. But yeah, request that shit. Eh? I'll break it down some more because we're getting sidetracked here. But everything is kai, so yeah, it's getting deeper till you die. You know, so that's your limit. You can't go past that. And then everything in the government is relying on this tree, and this tree can only go up here a certain direction as well. No, you can only view a certain height. No, you can only see a certain amount of dimensions if you're giving energy to death. Yeah? This is the tree of death. You think it's the tree of life? No, that cycle that they've taught you, that everything eats each other. No, that's the circle of death. No, like the Lion King. And the circle of life they teach, that's the circle of death. A more pure circle of life, which isn't the circle of life, would be the tree drops some fruit. You go eat that fruit, and then, because energy, if it's coming in, it's going out at the same time. You're giving energy to that tree. And at the same time, you eat that fruit. One example, like it's shaped like a Taurus too, it's some magical shit, an apple. You eat the apple. If you eat the fucking seeds, if you chew up the seeds, it's not too good for you. No? It's trying to teach you. Like, swallow the seeds. No? If you eat it, you swallow the seeds, you shit the seeds out, it grows a tree. Circle of life. That's a circle of life. No, but anything that goes there comes back, you know? That's the circle of life. No. The circle of life is putting a hole in this shit. The circle of life is, if you notice energy's coming in, it's going out. There's a circle of life is anything that you're looking at or listening to or sending attention to in any way, you're eating it. Energy is coming back in any way or form. It's coming back on a physical, it's coming back on a spiritual, it's coming back on an emotional, it's coming back on all that shit. That's kai. Eh? Kai. Both directions. There is no actual direction. The direction is awareness. And then once you're aware of it, you thank it and let it go. No? Because you climbed on it. No? Thank you for letting that's movement. No? That's true movement. There was no movement. No, as I showed just in that one before it cut out. My phone only goes for like 37 minutes. No? I need to sort that shit out, but but we have parts of the episode. So just like Eeyore, no, in the nothingness, can't move until there's something to move against. It needed a shudder, it needed a shake of the shaker, a rattle of the rattle. No, it needed a belief to hold on to until you hop up on it, and then ngamahi, let it go. No, that's the movement. That's the direction. No, the direction is to be able to become aware and be thankful. No. If you wanted to look into fucking Christianity and shit, hey, Archangel or what do you call it? The devil, hey, Lucifer or Archangel, up to you. Grateful, ungrateful, which way you want to go? That's a strong vibration. Hey, one is nurturing, two is nurturing, and you can see that in the chakra system. As I was saying about before, I was sort of touching on it. If you want me to touch on it some more, I can put a request in. But it's like that the baby goes from being survival. It needs that kai. Yeah, it needs that mother's breast milk, or it needs that comforting and shit. Um, yeah, it needs some external kai. No? And then it moves up to, because each time we do the scenario, we're coming up out of the sludge. So you need that external kai, you need that liquid. And then as it comes up, it needs nurturing, I'd say. Um, yeah, so I'd say trust. You can build on that if you're getting nurtured and you're getting that kai that you need, so you're trusting in it. You're trusting in your environment around you to feed you, so you got that trust, so you can move up to the next one, and then it becomes contact. Hey, just naturally your being reaches out for contact, and that's usually the contact between the baby and its parents. Like that's cuddling and shit. It wants that, and side by side that is wants that physical crunch, crunch, crunch. And you realize as you like I'll break in the way I'm living, the different stages of it is you get addicted to that crunch. Yeah, so when I do my full on liquid days, and then I'd like harden it up, hey, I'd have a smoothie, and I'm fucking biting that shit. Now I'm drinking it, I'm going, because it's that addiction. I'm still stuck on the sacral chakra. Okay? Survival mode, no, if I, and I still have got part of me, hey, still that knows I gotta have that putia coming in, so I'm still stuck on that survival mode too. I'm still grounded into that sludge. And then it comes up to willpower. So as it moves up to the next one, which is these are all external. When it moves up to the next one, the baby starts, or the toddler starts playing with some shit, starts trying to make some shit, starts trying to make its own kai, starts trying to play with the kai, starts seeing how things work, and then starts trying to control it. So if you're trying to control your shit, if you're trying to strictly control how your life goes and control your workers and control all that other shit, instead of letting them flourish, they're giving them an environment where they can flourish in different ideas and shit, and that benefits them, and everything grows in all directions, then you're stuck in that. No? And so and then if you're being greedy, then you're in the survival one at the same time. No? So you can do it, definitely you can do it. There's no limit to this shit, but being in a business setting could have that limitation on you, but you can free it up. You're God. You can make this shit work. You can make any shit work. And then it's like they say it's like a mirror, but between your ahi. So if it goes the whenua, just below your belly button, the white, which is orange, and then it goes up to your solar plexus, or the ahi, with the fire is mahuika, and then it goes up to the heart, and that jump, like we're playing with this shit all the time, when like krashi dao, definitely, it's like you're holding your fingers up to this part where that chakra is, the gratitude, that's love. Anything you're holding your attention on is love. Oh, getting sidetracked, this motherfucker. But to branch into these ones, it goes from external to internal. And as you were doing those ones, if you were taught properly, we were feeding both. So it just naturally, you're doing both at the same time. Otherwise, it's imbalanced. To balance yourself, you start focusing on these ones at the same time as those ones. And at the same time, if you any of those beliefs that you're holding on to, put a hole in it, release it. That's kai. And then so all of those you were relying on external, and now you can rely on internal. You go inside. Now you start meditating more. Don't just fully meditate. You still do some physical shit, because it's connected. But you start meditating more. That's why kai whenua is exercise too. That's clearing up that chakra, because papa tuanuku is your body. But yeah, as I'm saying, you clear those different beliefs, and then as you come up to here, you start going inside and start thinking, gratitude. You start going inside and paying attention to your breath. You start having an understanding of things, and you have an overstanding of things. But we'll fuck, you made your sidetrack, request it. Otherwise, yeah. So if you have this tree, all of the system, government, Babylon, is all reliant on the fact that you believe you are going to die one day. You can either get rid of that tree, you can pull it out, and it becomes compost, no, and the rest, everything all benefits. Or you can convert it, transmute it, and that's the same too. But don't have the killing mentality when you do it that thinks that you've killed it, because you haven't. You ain't killed nothing. But so Babylon is just a bunch of belief systems, a bunch of bullshit that's all layered on top of each other. Anything that you think will hold your attention on, you're sending energy to it, and there's energy coming back, you're eating it. That's Kai. Anything that you believe in, you're constantly sending energy to it, which is creating your whole existence. The depth or the expanse of your existence is dependent on you. If you are unlimited, there is no set depth or set expansion. It just keeps going. Okay? If you're eating dead things, then you're sending energy to it. You're eating it, and it only goes a certain direction, and it comes back. Okay? Yeah. If it suffered mamai, no, if it suffered like a Holocaust type of shit at the meatworks, then you're downloading that shit. And the mamai that goes with it, you know, the fear, the horror movie type of shit. You want that, no, because you're functioning on that vibration. I don't watch horror movies no more, no. I'm not interested in that shit. I'm not pulling that shit. And when I do watch it, I don't get a kick out of it anymore because I'm not eating that shit. No, if you're already vibrating on that shit and pulling it, then that's the circle. No, you're feeding it. But small steps out. You're good. You're God. You're gonna live forever. Believe it. So like Tāwhaki went through his life, realized that anything that he believed in was weight on his shoulders. All those different bubbles were just holding him down. So he went through his life and just pulling off each belief. No? As he realized that he had a belief, he softened it, put a hole in it. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, and then realizes, no, it's not. I can live without that, easy. No? If you believe I need this to survive, or I can't live without this type of food, no? You can soften it. Or maybe I can. There's an alternative food to it, no? And they can let go of that one. Anything that you show yourself every day, you're programmed it. If you're programmed yourself to 3 meals a day, you're programmed it. You're expecting the breakfast, you're expecting the lunch, you're expecting the dinner at a certain time, at a certain frequency, you know? So how to change that? You just fucking knock one out. Or change it. No? Fuck, add 4. No, but just change it. Like different amounts. No? Cut back on the food, but just spread it out more. Or just fucking take those ones out. No, it's intermittent fasting. As we're touching on Kai. When you're fasting, it's just a way of cleaning the machine. You know, like if you've worked at any place that had a machine, they'll have a day where you clean the motherfucker. You know, there's a day when you can shut down that side of the workshop and clean it. You know, we need that. Our machine's going all the time, and when we stop eating, that's healing. Hey, you're instead of using all that modi to digest all that food and send it to places and get it out of you, it's going other places. Hey, it's cleaning. Yeah. So that's why adding fasting is good, but in a small amount. No, if you've never fasted before, don't do a full day. No, and if you can't do a full day, if you can't master a full day, as I say, master is to be able to do it without anxiety, without tension, without being an asshole, without being angry with those around you and shit. If you haven't mastered it, then to cut it back. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is beautiful. I did that for a while before I even jumped into this. And I jumped way too far into this. I should have stepped it, no? But I'm sweet now. No, I got the steps, and I can share it with you. Healthier than I ever been, you know. Run further than I could ever have, no. But just lost too much weight. You know? And so it's just small steps. Don't cut out the food. Just gather up the energy. So everything's happening on two sides at once. You know, there's like spiritual or energetic and physical at the same time. So you could either like stop eating food and then naturally, like you could call this one the Modi engine. You could call this one the Modi engine or the Chi engine, and then this one you could call it the kite engine that you know it is, the tangible food machine. At the moment, that machine, you're getting most of your nutrient through that machine. No, and you're only getting a little bit through Modi. When you're breathing, you're getting Modi. No, you're already eating some Modi. You already got that machine in you. The more you raise up the Modi machine, the more Modi you start taking in. Just naturally, that one will start going down. No. So that's the trick. I didn't do it that way. I went in for the big fastings. Thought that all the planets aligned. I know that all the planets aligned, so I was like, yeah, sweet. That would have activated Whare Wānanga, and that was me. And I felt awesome, but my body was shrinking because I hadn't adjusted to it. Yeah, potama. And that's the most beautiful way of doing it. Hey, just keep adding more of these ones, and I'll share these ones with you. The energy cultivation techniques, daily practices. Keep layering it on top of each other, and your Modi machine will go up, 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 and then your thirst and your hunger just disappears. Yeah, that's the paradox, or a paradox is believing in something that, like believing in something like fucking 20 seconds ago, and now it's not true. No? Yeah, embrace that shit, because that's real. That's being like water. No? Being adaptable. When we get into the Tāwhaki, that comes out big time. Flow, speed, no? To be adaptable. Most of our time is focused on that physical shit, so let's start eating some Modi. Get that Modi up, and then this one just can go down naturally. And it's an allowance. This way of progressing your kaya is like just becoming aware. Like you'd eat something and the flavor's gone. The shit that you thought you couldn't live without before, you told yourself because you had it fixed. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. No. Maybe I can live without it. No. You thought it was your fucking number one staple. And then next thing you're adding this to yourself every day, all these Modi techniques, and then you go to eat this other one and you're like, meh. You know? No, and that's your inner saying you can drop it now. No? Try life without it. No? That was the allowing. There's no friction. Yeah. Because you realize there's energy going one way and back the other way at the same time. That's it. Just the realization you're in the middle. And then anything that you do in life, like if you're doing it physically, you know that the spiritual is getting the same workout at the same time. If you're doing it spiritually, be aware that your body's getting that shit at the same time. Yeah? It's beautiful. So yeah, going back to that tree. which is like the mycelium and everything. Well, we'll say that like this down here, this is the sludge. No? this is the sludge. No. We'll go back up here just so we can get more room to fuck around with. That's as deep as the belief of death goes. No, that's the limit to it, because you die. You put a limit to it. If you believe you're gonna die, you're a solid belief one day you're gonna die, there's a limit. You'll trap yourself in a box. If you open it up and go, maybe I won't. No, maybe I've been hidden from these other things that survive all around me and my connection to everything that exists. No? That create and destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy, that flicker is you. No, you created that whole scenario in level 3. That whatever goes up must come down. But if you're holding your attention on the create, then it just keeps creating. If you look back at the destroy, then that's you. You're contracting, you're destroying. Yeah? You're pulling that. You don't have to look back. You don't have to look back at what's happening in the government. You don't have to look back at the different rings. You don't have to look back at fucking the cabal or any of that. Yeah? Be aware of it, and sure, I'm gonna shoot some energy at you from above. Now I'm God. I got an overstanding. Your energy holding up my ladder. Ngā mihi, ngā mihi, ngā mihi. See it for what it is, the energy, the different colors or whatever the fuck. Visualize it like that, instead of jumping into it and letting it show you, letting a troubled, gooey vibration show you what's good. So that's this vibration. This is the sludge. The belief that you're going to die. That whole system is built on that. No? Anything that you hold your attention on that show yourself every day, you're downloading it. Like a computer folder. You tell yourself every day, I am immortal. No? Every day I'm using my cells are being renewed. Boom, 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 boom. Every single day. Using your body to program your mind. Using your mind to program your body. No? Using your body, feeling the dots. No? Telling positive talk to yourself. Love your body, love your mind, love your body, love your mind, love your body, love your mind. Gratidao. Which frees it up. Hey, which moves your inner voice. No, it moves the serpent. Then you have no need for a negative thought to come in because you're always charged up on that higher vibration. So you can tell yourself whatever you want. I am immortal. I am immortal. I am immortal. I am immortal. Boom, 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 boom. Until it's past that point, and that one takes out that one. No, these are happening on top of each other. No, you just converted this whole shit, which changes everything in your whole entire existence. Your whole entire existence was built on the belief that you were going to die. Everything in the system, the government, is reliant on the belief that one day you're going to die. It traps you on the clock. No? It started that way at school. No, you have to get to this grade, you got to be able to read this book before you get to this age. No? You got to understand this before you get to this age. You got to understand this limitation before you get to this age. No? It was taught then. No, and in fucking sports and shit. You know, you got to get to this age before your knees fuck up. You gotta get this sporting and that money from that sporting done before I get to this age. And this age I'm gonna die. It's a limitation. If you pull that one out, they have no control over you. All those limitations are gone. So it's like Tāwhaki went through, was like pulling off each one, and it was like, fuck, it's gonna take a long time. You realize that all those beliefs are all fed by this one. No? They're all fed by that tree. No? Like rocks piled up on top of each other. Oh, wait, we'll see these ones. All these rocks piled up on top of each other, all these belief systems, heaps of them. If you pull that one out, the belief you're gonna die, these ones just start falling over. Back into it. There's no killing. No, there's no killing. There's no getting rid of anything that if you were to visualize pulling it out of you, you give it back to yourself. Clean it. Raise its vibration. Yeah? So yeah, that's the tree. Now it's immortal, and this tree keeps going. There's no limit to this shit. Beyond belief. Like I said, the strongest belief I got right now is I am immortal, which is confined by a word that has a limit. That it can keep going. So there's a hole in it. I'm immortal with a hole. No? I am immortal. I live forever with a hole in it. No? I don't quite have an understanding of it. If I might get to a certain point and want to feel like what I might get to 430,000 years old and think, fuck, I want to experience that shit. Yeah? Huh? I don't know what type of mentality that would be. That's a fucking complete, that's an upper. An upper is a being who realizes he is God. As I was saying, there's different dimensions. Aitu pawa re hua puhao rangi tau o rongo. Just some of the upper mare kura and whatu kura. Higher vibrational beings, like each time you go down a ranga, more separated, more incomplete. So if you have the top upper, and then it will be puhaurangi or upper kahurangi and upper pahurangi as it goes down tiritiri o mātangi, and it keeps going down. Tūrehu, patupaerehe, upper mataruai, upper ruao, different beings, different higher personalities, more complete personalities of God. So if you have an upper mare kura and an upper whatu kura, the mare kura knows it's male and female. That They can move freely up and down in all the directions. But that still might be level 3. No, because it's explained in, I just explained it in a language. No, this could all be confined to level 3. The story I heard about Patupaia Rehe and Tūrehu, they're telepathic. Hey, there is no need for korero. And yeah, I'll talk about that one on the next one, because how you can start thinking that way. Like if you were to look behind everywhere over here, or in the bedroom, or in your house, go into the lounge and try and scan the whole lounge, and then repeat everything that you just seen in your head, like if you were going to portray it to somebody without language. You can't say window, you can't say vase, you can't say glass, you can't say stool, you can't say TV, you can't say toaster, you can't say carpet, you can't say floor, you can't say ceiling. No? But you have to download it in your head. So our way of doing it is just add movement to it. So you just go through and just visualize the window opening and closing without saying window. You just visualize that rock moving over and back again. If it's a window stool, visualize pouring water over it, or an energy cruising across it, or a glistening from the sun on it. No, movement. Just add movement to it. If it's a light, you visualize the light going choo, choo, choo. If it's the carpet, you imagine pushing the carpet and the different fibers moving. No? Without saying anything. No? Just an example. So if we're explaining all these different dimensions, level 3. No? Tiri tiri o mātangi, level 3. Different stages of climbing on level 3. As you pull away from the different octaves on a piano. Perfect example. But so these are rings, eh? These are rings of all these different beliefs. Leave holes in them. So that's the direction. And then it could just keep going. It's not stuck. No? You're not stuck as that. You're not confined to all these beliefs that anyone else has taught you. Or the ones that you've taught yourself. You got a hole in the motherfucker. And it'll just keep growing. There's no limit to it. It can just keep going down. And as that's going down, this is going up. And just like the mycelium in the ground that connects you to everything, it's going up, connecting your brain to everything at exactly the same time. So, one way of saying this is the fucking, all the raru that's happening right now in the earth. It's creating stability, holding up my tree of gangsterness, holding up my ladder. If you got any limitations, if you believe you're gonna die, soften it. No, that I'm just naming a belief that you might have. Otherwise, you got billions of beliefs. Don't just think you got fucking 5 or 6. But it's the and you always will. No, this is created on it. There's no bottom of letting go. Any belief that you realize you have, you become aware of it. Put a hole in it. Ngā mihi, ngā mihi, ngā mihi. Let it go. And instead of being a bubble, it's a wave. No? Just like the wave in the ocean. And you can climb on it and realize it's going to blend back into itself. No? You're not enslaving all those particles that built itself up into a wave, no? And trapping it as a wave. No? It just goes back down. No? It does its part and goes back down. Everything helps each other. There's energy flowing everywhere, just like water. No? Become like water. Any belief that you have, put a hole in it. No? This dimension right now is turning liquid. What I mean by turning liquid, anything that you think, you're sending energy to it. No, you're pulling it. It's manifesting. At the moment, it's increasing. Like it would be maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, you would think of something or pull an emotion inside of you, and a month later it would happen. Now it's like a week. Or if you think about something, or if you think about meeting someone, it might happen tomorrow. No, it's getting quicker. It's becoming more liquid. Until it's like your dreams. If you think of something, it happens straight away. It's just liquid. You're moving it as you're thinking it. No? It's becoming more liquid. And this is the way how to evolve with it. No? You're like fighting against it. No? things is trying to become more liquid, and you're holding it. You're holding it through belief system. So it's just climbing in that direction. It's not up, it's not down, it's everywhere. If you notice you have a belief, ngā mihi, let it dissolve. Yeah? Or climb up on it, ngā mihi, let it dissolve. Yeah. And our vibration is still there. You know, my ladder's still there for everyone to climb. No? But it's not trapped. It can come in up again, it can go down again. No? So the waves can come back for anyone who wants to climb it. No? Because we have the stability from the sludge that's holding it there. Just like the stability holding these big trees. The big trees, if you want to... so a good way is looking at our connection with everything too, which is kai. Especially if you're eating it. Hey, if you're practicing kai tipu. Kai tipu is stabilized, or you're getting substance from the plants. Now you're climbing up the vine, you're climbing up the aka. Kai tipu is not eating anything you can see moving in south in front of you. If you can't see the plants moving it, then you can eat it. Which is a truth. No? There's a truth. You can eat the plants. You can get nutrient from the plants. And then it moves up. At some stage you won't. No? Different types of plants. Hey, at the moment you can eat, you can pull a plant up and you can kill it. No, and it won't harm you until you become aware that, oh yeah, sweet, you don't have to eat those plants. Higher vibrational plants. It's like the fruit. Yeah. And it goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up as the truths get bigger. Oh yeah, so kai tipu, eating growth. So and as I said, as you're climbing up the chakras, there's that mirror where it goes from the external into the internal. It's got that. It's like how it can all of a sudden change. Something that you believed, all of a sudden it's not real anymore. And you have that flexibility when everything's got a hole in it. So it's like right now I'm still addicted to that crunch. So I'm still eating plants, but I'm eating raw plants. So when I first did kaira, I raised my vibration crazy. If you wanted to ask about my journey, fuck, ask, all good, I'll say it. I was eating hardcore steak, lunch and dinner. And then that was my belief. And I could get everything I needed from that belief. And then I started staring at the sun. My journey, my goal, what I was aiming at was to be able to practice uhi matahai, which is the lacerations of the skin. The tapping with the lacerating chisel, whether it's made of, definitely my one will be made out of mata, because I like those korero of niwarek and mataora where tonga had was using mata, or like the fire chisels, which is indication to their